All right, guys, it's David Henry again. We know we've seen a lot of testing on back pressure cans, low back pressure cans, all kinds of things. You saw my last video on this little can, the B&T BlueLine. Well, I had a request to do some flash suppression testing, and then not only that, but if we can compare it to something else. So what I did is I cracked out the safe and I got my old OSS 762QD. The OSS, we all know, is Huxworks' original can, the one that got the SAS contract through the military. Great stainless can, very hard use, heavy duty can in 30 cal. And the BlueLine, B&T's Inconel can. Latest can, entry level can. I ended up putting the Surefire adapter on it so we can test it on 2 rifles. What I'm going to do for you is take and put it on the B&T APC223 8.7 inch barrel. I'm going to run both of them. We'll see how they sound, how the flash is, if there's any crazy recoil differences. The other thing we're going to do is put them on a 6mm arc. This 6mm arc is one I built years ago, just got it back in my hands with a 22-inch proof research barrel. I got a JP internals, a low mass barrel carrier. It's a really neat rifle. I'm going to put them up head to head, side by side, hopefully in a little low light, and go from there. Now we'll talk a little bit about the cans now. If you look, the OSS can is a stainless can. It does have flow-through technology, everything coming out of the port there. Does have their QD left-handed threads, and a unique part of these cans is the venting goes a direction that makes the can self-tighten, so you don't need any locking devices on the back of the can. The QD just screws right on there, and it locks on with the pressure of the gases escaping, keeps it locked on. The other thing is pretty cool with the wrench flats on there. If it gets stuck, you can put a wrench on there and break it loose. And no, you'll never bring the muzzle device with it because it's different threads than the muzzle device. So when you crank this off, the muzzle device gets tighter. Pretty cool setup. This is the OSS 76Q2QD. We're going to throw it on a scale real quick so you can kind of see what it looks like and compare it. So the 762QD without the hub on it, or the flash suppressor, muzzle brake, muzzle device, it's 1.042 pounds, 1.042. You'll tell it's a little smaller diameter than the B&T. The B&T, I think, is going to have a little more air volume, maybe be a little quieter. We'll find out that soon enough. Then we have the B&T. The B&T, of course, is going to have that flow-through technology through the end. It also has a spiral set of baffles that help it dissipate the pressure. Really cool can. Check out my short. I have some internal videos of it. This is a titanium adapter on this B&T, so we'll see what that one weighs just for comparison. Looks like it's 1.058 pounds for the B&T with the titanium quick grip Surefire / Rotex adapter. Really cool adapter, works really well. Of course, we're going to use the factory Huxworks adapter here. I have it on a bunch of rifles, so you've seen that. You'll see it on my SPR. I use these cans quite a bit. Love the can. And what we're going to do is break out a 5.56 and a 6 arc. So the 6 arc, what we're going to be shooting is the 108 grain ELDM. That round, man, it's performed well at distance for me. I've done custom loads, but that one for a factory round's pretty good. For the 5.56, we're just going to do a 55 grain ball ammo. That 55 grain ball ammo, man, it's something everybody's going to shoot. We'll see how the flash suppression is. We'll see how it runs. I'm going to try to set up 2 cameras so we can get that view for you and see how the pressure is, the recoil, and kind of go from there. All right, guys, we have the 6 arc here with the B&T BlueLine 5.56. We're going to hear how it sounds on this. 3 shots. We have another camera set up to look at flash. Hopefully we can get a good idea of the flash suppression, the recoil reduction, and how it runs on this 6mm arc. B&T said, hey, it's a 5.56 can, but you can run your 6 arc through it, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to run a 6 arc through it first. We'll run 3 shots through it, and then we'll grab the OSS can and throw that on there and see how that one works. I got 3 rounds of 108 grain Hornady ELDM, and we'll go from there. Just 3 rounds in the dirt. Man, it sounded pretty good. I didn't hear anything crazy. That first round came out pretty good. I don't think there was a major pop. The tone sounded pretty good for a 6-arc. I know we're going supersonic here. And I don't think we struck any baffles. So that's the sorry about that. That's the B&T BlueLine 5.56 can on a 6-arc, 22-inch AR-15. Now let's grab that other can, the OSS, put on here and just see how it sounds. We're talking the OSS 762 QD. Give me just a couple minutes and I'll get it swapped out for you. All right, we're back with the 6-arc. Now we have the OSS can, that 762 QD, HQ, whatever they called it. They called it 762 QD. It actually quick detach coarse threads, reverse left-handed. No tightener mechanism, nothing you got to worry about locking into place. As you pull the trigger and gases go through it, it tightens up. So we're going to run the B&T for 3 rounds. Sorry, we're going to run the OSS for 3 rounds, that same 108 ELDM. Stay tuned and we'll get those downrange. All right, got lock back. Man, that can runs good. It cycles well. Both cans, very little back pressure. You might have saw not a lot of gas coming out of there so far. I think both of them are a hit. Let's see what they do on a shorter barrel. See if we got some flash off that other view, and we're gonna go from there. All right, now a crowd favorite, the B&T APC223. Little piston driven gun. You can run it suppressor or not. We're going to run it in the unsuppressed mode because they're flow through cans. We don't get a lot of back pressure we need to worry about. We're going to use this MDT peanut to help support it just so we can get a good focus point, and hopefully we'll see if it cuts down in the flash. We're going to do 3 rounds through the OSS 762 QD, and then we're going to throw that B&T can on and see how the B&T and B&T look, sound with that flow through design. Hopefully it cuts down the flash. This is an 8.7 inch barrel, I believe, might be 8.3. Man, it's a shorty. It shoots really well. I've taken it out to distances that you should never do with something this short, but man, it's quite the gun. Runs like a Swiss timepiece, of course, because it's made in Switzerland. So we're gonna gas this one up and go from there. Gonna need those protectors. Well, that's 3. Let's see if it picked up one there. Didn't pick it up. So the B&T with the OSS 762, not cycling. We're probably gonna have to crank some more gas into it. Man, that thing was unsuppressed. Let me see how many rounds we got. Maybe we'll shoot a couple more. I don't think I brought enough. I didn't, so at least we got the sound and the flash off of it. We'll throw the B&T on it and see how that works. Now we got the BlueLine B&T can. It's gonna fit on there just like the Surefire cans or Surefire muzzle devices. Push it down on there, rotate that QD, get it nice and tight, and now it's ready to rock and roll. We're gonna run this one. We got it in the unsuppressed now. We'll run it this way and just see how it runs. If it feels like it's overgassed, we'll crank it down. But let's send one of those out there. That's one. Man, that cycle goes really good in the unsuppressed mode. I don't think we gave the OSS can quite the same shot because we did have it in suppressed mode before, and it's unsuppressed now. It's running good in unsuppressed. We're gonna move this into an unsuppressed mode. I got 3 more shots. We'll grab that OSS one more time and just see. I did notice the OSS seemed like it had a little more of a first round pop than the B&T, but we'll find out. Get this swapped right back over one more time and just see what our end results are. All right, guys, we're back. We got the B&T with the OSS can. I forgot I had it on suppressed setting. I took it to off suppressed. We'll see if it'll cycle when it's off suppressed, just to make sure that we give it its fair shot. This again is the B&T with the 8.7 inch or 8.3 inch, I forget the exact measurement, 5.56 barrel running 55 grain ball ammo, OSS 762 QD suppressor. And again, flash and sound test. Let's just see what it does. Not suppressed, but wide open on the gas system. That's definitely cycling better. We'll put this last round in there for 3 on this one. And as long as it chambers up like it should, we should be good to go. Oh yeah, went right in there. So one last one, 2-stage trigger, take up the gap. And last round, bolt hold open for the B&T APC. We'll go back to the table and talk about what we think about it. All right, guys, we were out there. We were out in the range shooting, checking out the B&T BlueLine 5.56. We ran it on a 6-arc, 108 ELDMs, and we ran it on a 5.56, a 6-arc 22-inch barrel, the 5.56, an 8.3-inch barrel on a B&T APC, a custom gas gun in the 6-arc. I think the B&T held its own against the legacy Huxworks or OSS 762 QD. Man, this 762 can has been great for me. It's stainless steel, it's hard use. I've loved it as long as I've had it. I've had it for a lot of years now. I actually have 2 of them. Been a great can to flow through, doesn't change the recoil impulse on any of the gas guns I've ran it on. It's just been a rock solid suppressor. This B&T though, man, with the more volume, flow through still, ran good unsuppressed, or with an unsuppressed setting. No back pressure, no gas that I could see. Maybe you guys saw something on camera. Man, that B&T is doing really good. It's a little heavier than the OSS, which is kind of surprising, but it is bigger diameter. It is Inconel, 3D printed, of course stainless steel with an inner core that's welded into it. Quite a bit different technology in them. Both of them have flow through. Man, which one would you use? Would you use it on a 6-arc, a 5.56, or would you stick with the OSS? I know I'm not getting rid of them. They're great cans, hard to use cans, but that Inconel, man, that is a pretty sick can. I'll probably run this on that arc in a gas gun competition. A little heavier, never hurts anything out of the end of the muzzle to help balance it. Let me know what you think. Which one do you think had less muzzle flash and better suppression? I don't know. It's up to you guys. Let me know what you'd like to see next. Hopefully this answers some questions for you and gets you some more information. Thanks a lot. David Henry checking out. Make sure you tune in for the next video. Subscribe, like, if you could, step on that pedal. We'll talk to you later. Have a nice day.